A lot of you are reacting to this clip of Elaine, but some are saying she could be in legal jeopardy. Is this true? Well, we got a lawyer here to break it down. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, thanks to everybody who tuned into our report on this. We need your help because it's getting crazy out there. The rewriting of history. This clip from Elaine Bredehoft upset a lot of you, justifiably so. The interview is going to air Wednesday. Please don't give Vice the views. We will break it down for you afterwards and break down what we need to know. But I wanted to revisit this clip one more time before Wednesday, and I'm so happy because we got Reis here. My own beard lawyer is in the building. Reis is helping us with this suit that we're doing. For those of you who've been following, I know we've been a little quiet about it. But I don't want to keep calling it the Netflix lawsuit because it's more than just Netflix, Reis. It's Channel 4. It's this production company. All these people who took our clips without any permission and ran with it. Made a lot of money, got a lot of views. And yeah, we're going to do something about it. So we are still working on that. We'll give you an update there at the end. But Reis, welcome back to the show. Good to see you, sir. How you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm amazing, man.
Well, everyone keeps asking me about how's the lawsuit? I'm going to let you answer at the end, so we're teasing. Stay tuned if you want to get an update on that. But I'm so happy to have you because I wanted to get your analysis on this clip from Elaine. Granted, this is a short clip. We've watched the clip, but I've seen a lot of takes out there, and some even saying, oh, she's in legal jeopardy, calling out her client. She can't do that. Can Johnny Depp sue for defamation? I wanted to do a bit of a reality check to see what actually is going on here. So before you even give me a reaction where I know a little bit where this is going to go, let's watch it one more time, guys. So here's the clip in question with Elaine talking. Subtitles are there. Reis is going to break it down, but just so in case you missed the first video, here it is again.
He developed this fan base that just adores him unconditionally. They will blame whoever he might have done something wrong to. It's their fault. They asked for it. Well, Amber, what did you do to cause him to hit you? You must be the bad person here. And that's the way they thought. About 95% of the social media wasn't just anti-Amber, it was with a purpose to annihilate Amber. There's no way she could have survived this. There's no way anyone could have survived this.
The 9 Lives of Johnny Depp. Already the titles is ridiculous too. But all right, so Reis, let's go through this. So let's start here. Is this defamatory towards Johnny Depp in your legal opinion?
No, not at all. Not at all. Look, I have a lot to say on why Elaine should or should not be doing interviews with Vice TV, period. That might be slightly different, but she's stating a very broad legal opinion on an extrapolation of what she did at trial. And granted, Andy, you're a smart guy for even having this type of reaction encapsulated video. This is 10 seconds of a bigger interview that's clearly also edited for promotional purposes. So if people and audiences want to over extract and land on conclusions based on this, it's not the way a legal purist would approach this or should approach this.
No, noted. Yeah, I mean, I think, look, there's a lot of intent, like, what's the word I'm saying? Connotations, like, she's trying to imply something, right? She's creating this false narrative using these quotes. So I think there's a reason and justifiably why we're all upset. Like, I get it. We should be upset because she's out there trying to paint this picture, these narratives, these scenarios where Johnny hit her and et cetera, which didn't happen. But I'm glad to have you on because, yeah, as I saw it and I saw some of these theories, I was getting frustrated because, yeah, I get why we're frustrated, but legally, she's actually in the clear here because these are sort of scenarios, quotations that she's using. That there's no actual lawsuit here. There's no lawsuit even against Amber. There were theories that, oh, she's going to get in trouble because she's putting her client in jeopardy. She's not supposed to speak about that. That also isn't true in your opinion.
No, and people will see the clip again here, but the reality is that, she may have her client's authority to talk about the lawsuit. Generally speaking, lawyers should not talk about their cases even after the fact without client permission. There's client confidentiality, which is different than attorney-client privilege. But once we pass that bar, and I think we do pretty quickly, the biggest beef I have with her interview, and probably the biggest part of her interview, is going to be that she's still blaming social media, right? Jury was presented evidence. This was multiple weeks. There were experts. I mean, yeah, it was highly publicized. But the jury made the call. And no number of interviews by Elaine and conjecture is going to change that. This is not about how social media felt about Johnny or Amber, okay? This was a jury trial for multiple weeks, and any lawyer who watched the trial tape, I watched every minute of it, okay? Amber got destroyed. She got destroyed. She prevailed on a portion of her counterclaim, okay? But she got destroyed. The jury didn't believe her for the most part.
Well, and what you could argue also, Elaine did not help her case at all. Like, she was bumbling. She had no evidence. She was just bringing up the wrong makeup pieces. Like, it was just a mess in watching this. I mean, I hated, I've blocked all these people. Rottenborn, I can at least credit was doing his job, right? I didn't like the guy, I didn't like the approach, but he at least was being a lawyer up there. Like, it seemed like he could work again.
Yeah.
Right? But you agree, like, Elaine was just embarrassing up there. As a lawyer, did you feel that too?
There were so many cringeworthy elements of this jury trial. And I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere where somebody put a collage together of all the cringeworthy hours. It would probably be a 12-hour video. There were many times.
So it's weird. I mean, so the thought is, why is she doing this? It's also interesting because she got, I guess not fired is an unfair term. She's stepped down because she's not a, settlement attorney, and she's not a good anything attorney, in my opinion. But Amber did remove her, didn't keep her in there. And then beyond that, there's been these reports that, she's suffering a major hit reputationally because of this case. She's been purposely living away from the spotlight. From your legal opinion, I mean, do you think that's possible? Do you think the spotlight of this case, the televised nature of it, and Elaine's performance could affect her future business as a lawyer?
It's always possible, right? It's always possible. This is one of the main reasons why lawyers tend to stay out of the spotlight, specifically in relation to their cases, which is true for the most part, right? Because you're putting yourself out there. I think if you ask 20 different lawyers their perspective on this, you'd have 20 different answers, Andy. I think Elaine definitely had a reputational decline, which is what makes this that much weirder. A year later, she's back doing an interview. She might be getting paid for this. I don't know. Maybe she has a PR expert who's like, do this interview with Vice TV. Who knows?
It's weird. Yeah. Why? I mean, because even though she may not legally be putting her in trouble, I think the thumbnail still justifies. What are you doing, Elaine? Like, why? Why would you put yourself out there like this and remind everybody and open up the wounds in a way for everybody to sort of re-expose the truth when you're trying to rewrite this history that she just looks like a clown at this point? Like, what do you mean it's social media's fault? It's such a lie.
And again, I totally agree with you. Johnny Depp's lawyers, I mean, Camille, she's a rock star, right? I mean, Johnny Depp's trial team, all rock stars as far as I'm concerned. And again, they narrated the story based on evidence, based on what's admitted in court. We all trial lawyers know this. It's what's presented to the jury that matters. You want to have a PR fight. Elaine's having this PR fight still, which is just super annoying, cringeworthy. Get out of the spotlight. You lost the trial. Fine. Whether you think it was bad facts, a bad judge, a bad jury, whatever it is, stop talking about it. It's bad. It's a bad look.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's just like, but again, what's frustrating is this idea of rewriting and blaming us, saying that we were the responsible ones. I don't know who on earth said, oh, well, Amber deserved it. It's just nonsense. And that's why I think some people were reacting. And Vice probably knew this. Vice is bankrupt. It's not doing well. I don't even know where you watch Vice TV. I'll figure it out, though, for you guys, just for you guys. But yeah, this is a show they've done where they just do the 9 lives of celebrity, and they're just kept tapping in. And I think this is a nothing burger ultimately, but we will do our due diligence. We will watch it. We'll make sure you guys are in the loop. Now, while I have you guys, if you haven't already followed, you can follow Rais over on Instagram. He's blowing up on his reels. Go follow Beard Lawyer. Good, easy way to find him. It is a fantastic beard, sir. Go follow Beard Lawyer on there. You can get lots of cool it takes and stuff. But since I have you and since you're here, what can we offer regarding our take? If you guys want to know more about what my case is, by the way, you can go over to Linktree. My Linktree is pinned everywhere, guys, in my bios, in the description. Head on over. You can click the legal fund. We're okay right now, but yeah, if you want to you're welcome to help there. But you can also just learn about what's going on, what we're doing. But Race, what can you offer? What's coming up regarding this suit, as you will?
Yeah, regarding this dispute, I mean, look, I can comfortably say that Netflix is not front and center necessarily, but it's about to get really spicy. It's about to get really spicy. Again, I don't want to make the mistake Elaine's making, so I don't want to say too much other than that there's going to finally be some action on this. And I'm really looking forward to Andy making you whole on what should have happened in the first place with production reaching out to you. They should have done it right the first place, and we're going to fix that.
That's the goal here. It's just, look, they didn't, especially where I'm most offended. I mean, I'm offended by it all. Don't get me wrong. Don't misquote me. But especially that Johnny Depp interview, which they took out, and used without any permission, as if it's just like, oh yeah, we can use this as fair use without any commentary, et cetera. It's maddening to me. I've explained this. I've said it. So I'm glad we are pursuing next steps to sort of right this wrong. We will update you as much as we can. But it is happening. Everyone keeps asking, but it's a process, and I appreciate Reyes and his patience and fitting this in between everything else he's doing. Amazing, sir. I appreciate your work. And yes, guys, there you go. It's still in the works, and it potentially could get spicy, as he said it. I will quote him there. Anything else to add here? What should we look forward to, I guess, as we wrap this up? What should Elaine be careful of in this interview on Wednesday? What are things that could actually get her legally in trouble?
Right. Well, so we may never know if Elaine in the first place has her client's consent to talk about the nitty gritty. And so is she going to recap evidence, or is she going to speculate again, blaming social media? Because the biggest problem I have with this is how much blame are you going to put on social media? And to go back to your point on, people speculating that she violated rules of ethics, she's blaming her client, or she puts out a scenario. And again, I hate to defend her, but I'm not. These are facts. We're fact checking here. She says, well, Amber, what did you do to cause him to hit you? You must be the bad person here. She's playing devil's advocate, right? She doesn't do the air quotes like I did it. It's quoted in the subtitle. So clearly production understood that. And her next statement right after what she said is, and that's the way they thought. So clearly she's putting a scenario. She's not saying, Amber, what did you do? That would be suicide if she did that.
Right. And I mean, I guess you guys lawyers are careful of that because, yeah, you got to talk in scenarios. I mean, I am too, to an extent. We always got to be careful of this is our opinion sort of ways to say it rather than this is factual. So there's no legal problem here. But if she were to speak in statements like that, factual statements, or say reveal details or specific evidence in this interview, that's when actually there could be some legal trouble.
Yeah, if she makes statements that, Johnny Depp, you did do this, unless she's pointing to some evidence from the case, like Exhibit 36, this is what we showed and this is what it said, that's just totally unprofessional. And even then, I wouldn't do it because trial's over. Why are you talking about this? It ended.
It's interesting because the big quote was like, well, what did you do to cause him to hit you? This implication that Johnny did hit her. There's a lot of this sort of, well, that's not, he won, so Johnny can sue for defamation. If she says this in a factual statement, can she, or is still the lawyer still sort of in a different rule?
Yeah. So what's interesting is there is something called an absolute privilege, which applies to statements made by lawyers during proceedings. I don't know that applies here because the proceeding's done. There might be some conditional privilege if she's talking about evidence that was presented during the trial. But again, she needs to be careful not to make factual statements because a jury concluded. And so as far as the record is concerned, the jury's concluded that Johnny's version was correct. Mm-hmm. And so she should not be coming back and saying, well, this is actually what happened. Johnny Depp is an abuser. If she said Johnny Depp is an abuser, I don't know that there's anything that's going to protect her at this point.
So there is a chance we could still get Elaine. We could still go after it, guys. Well, there you go. But right at now, yes, so far we're all been out of shape over quotations that she's doing. Let's see what happens in this big interview on Wednesday. We will be here to mark it down. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button, and we'll keep you posted. This is one of a couple race that's coming out. There's some other works coming out. Everyone's trying to rewrite the history and blame social media, try to expose people in this trial just because enough time's passed now that they're hoping to sort of trick it. But you got to remember, and I just want to remind, and I saw Ian Runkle put this out too, the reason they're so out there and keen to rewrite this history is because a lot of the mainstream media and outlets have a lot of egg on their face because they put out a narrative that they expected everyone to believe here and weren't really paying attention. No one believed this case was going to be as big and popular as it was. Most people, as I saw in the comments race, I thought Johnny was guilty until I watched the trial. That was the prevailing thought across the world when you get off social media. So a lot of people are just trying to, I think, get these anger clicks as well as attempt to rewrite some history. It's not happening on our watch. We'll be watching intently. We'll bring in Rias and other experts to make sure you guys know the truth. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow him over on Instagram as well. Beard Lawyer on Instagram. Check out his reels. He's got some fun stuff, informative stuff. So check it out. And stay tuned for more guys here on Popcorn Planet.